So there are multiple ways to approach this question. The way I did this was using the answer choices. And sometimes when you're under time constraint, that's the approach you have to take. No guarantee that will work. But essentially, I started with these two choices saying, if we have those, most likely it's one of those, although again, that's no guarantee. And so I started with 2 root 7, and we said, well, that is equal to 2 root 7. And what I need to do is to extract x or 5x and then plug it back in to check to see if that works out. So I'll square both sides. 10x plus 9 is equal to 28. 10x is 19. That means 5x is 19 over 2. Well, that's kind of getting messy. Prime number. I'm going to try this. I might have to come back to that. But in general, these types of questions, everything does work out to be nice. And by that I mean integers and nice numbers. So again, I square this. This becomes 63. 10x is equal to 54. 5x is 27. So this is looking promising. I plug that back in to see, does that side, the left side, work out to be this, which is 6 plus 3 root 2. This is square root of 36 plus square root of 18. That's 6 plus, so this is 9 times 2. That becomes 3 root 2. Indeed, they match, and I'm done, and that's the answer. So sometimes you get lucky. Second approach is to kind of compare these two expressions. And by that I mean you distribute the 3, so 6 plus 3 root 2. And you'll notice that I'm going to try to write these as radicals. So again, I'm sort of guessing the answer. And then this we know, we just did that here. That's square root of 18. And you'll notice this is 5x plus 9. So if 5x plus 9 is 36, does that work out to 5x minus 9 being 18? Well, 5x plus 9, so if I subtract 18 from both sides, it does work out. So that means 5x plus 9 is indeed 36. So this is kind of guessing the answer choice. So that means 5x is 27. We're back to where we were here. And then square root of 10x plus 9. 10x would be twice that, which is 54 plus 9. Square root of 63, which is 3 root 7. So that's the second method. Now the long method is what I kind of expect on these types of questions, is to do the algebra, get rid of the radical terms, and you'd be squaring, and then to solve for x. Something I wanted to avoid, but sometimes, if you don't have other approaches, that may be the only thing. So we're going to square this. So we're using the identity a plus b square. A square plus b square plus 2ab, and that is to get rid of the radical. So that plus 2 times product of these two, that's your difference of squares. So that gives you 25x squared minus 81. And this side, it will be 9 times 2 plus root 2 square. And this drops out. You get 10x plus 2, 25x squared minus 81. And here, actually, you could take out a radical 2 and then square it. So that would give you 2. And then you'll be left with root 2 plus 1 square. And you'll notice I can get rid of a 2. Obviously, you have to be careful when you're doing this. So we get 5x minus 9 times root 2 plus 1 square is equal to that. I'm moving this guy over to the other side. And then I square both sides. So that would become 25x squared plus 9 squared root 2 plus 1. Actually, I'm going to square this. So that's 2 plus 1 plus 2 root 2. So that's 3 plus 2 root 2. So instead of that, this would be 3 plus 2 root 2 square. And then this side would be 25x squared minus 81. And I would also get product of those two minus 10x times 9 times 3 plus 2 root 2. So it's kind of getting messy. that, and then move this to the other side. 10x times 9. It's easy to make an algebra mistake here, and then that goes over. So it's 81 plus 9 square. And now I notice I can divide by 9. So that's 9. That becomes 9. And then I'm going to do is to divide by 3 plus 2 root 2. So that becomes 9. I'm trying to do as little work as possible. And since I have a square here, I just end up with that. And then what I'm going to do is to rationalize this. 3 minus 2 root 2. Multiply and divide. Actually, you know what? No, I'm making a mistake. I need to rationalize this guy. I don't want to be introducing denominators here. So 9 over 3 plus 2 root 2. And so you'll notice this is again difference of squares, 9 minus 8, because 2 root 2 squared is 8. So that becomes denominator becomes 1. So let me kind of write it nicely here. You'll see 9 is common to both. So these two would drop out, and I'll get 6. So I get 10x equal to 54. We go back to this again, square root of 63, which is 3 root 7. So this is kind of the traditional way of doing it. Algebra, sometimes that's the only option. Here, I was kind of lucky to kind of use the answer choices. Or you can also get lucky by comparing the terms. No guarantee these methods will work, but the exam is about being flexible and being open to approach it in any different way on a given day. So to summarize, the answer is C.